Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Kobe and this is Kitech Digital. Now in this video we are continuing on the video that we did the last time, which talks about the 4-page business website. So if you have an agency, or if you have a business or any company or any kind of like something that you are doing and then you want it to come online, you can use this 4-page business website to be able to showcase your business online. So this is, I made a template of it. You can get a template in the description below. And in our last video we created the home page of it. We did the header, and then we also did the footer of the the page. Now we are going to do the about us page. Okay, so we're going to talk about we're going to design the about us page, this beautiful page over here, as you see over here, with all the animations and all what the client and others, our client, and then what we do, and then the last call to action over there. So we're going to create this beautiful thing that you see over here, and then if time permits we also create the services and then the contact, and then we bring the this 4-page tutorial to an end. And then our next tutorial will be on the cryptocurrency website that we I gave an overview over there for you. So if you are from if you haven't watched the part 1 of this video, I will entreat you to go back and then watch the part 1 of this video, so that you can be able to follow along as we go. So I'm not going to waste my time. Let's jump into it. So basically this is how the page look like. This is the about page, this is the home page. Okay, let's go to the home page, and then you see this is the page that we created. Okay, and then this is the about us page that we are going to create. So this is how it looks like. Now obviously you cannot see the header well because it is on white. Okay, so it is a transparent header, so you can't see it well. So what we're going to do is just click on edit over here, because we're going to use Elementor to edit it. So we're going to click on edit, and then we go into our editing mode to design the page the way we really want it. Okay, so as we are over here, what we're going to do is we're going to click on edit with Elementor. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, we are using Elementor to design our page. Okay, our pages. So we're building the website solely with Elementor. So we're going to click on edit with Elementor over here. Okay, so now that we are over here, all what we're going to do is if you look over here, if you look at this one have a hero session over here. Okay, so we're going to create that hero session, and then we create this second session over here, and then we create this session also, and then we create this one, and then this one. So it's have about 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 sections. Okay, so we're going to create all those 7 sections step by step. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick this how do you call it, 1 column session over here. So we're going to pick this 1 column session, and then after picking it, now as you can see it went to the top already, because we are using a transparent header, so you cannot really see it well. But we're gonna edit the session. So what we're gonna do is we will come over here, and then the column gap, we say no gap, and then over here the height, we're gonna use minimum height. Okay, so the minimum height of 400, it's okay. You can increase it to the size that you really want, and then we'll go to style over here, and then what we are going to do is we're gonna change the background. So we're gonna pick a background style, which is the classic one that we're gonna pick, and then we choose an image for it. So we click on here to choose the image, and then the image that we are going to use is this image over here, this one. Okay, so we pick that image, so that is it. And then what we are going to do is we're going to position it center. Okay, just like this one. And then with the attachment, we're going to leave it as default, and then with the repeat, we say no repeat. And then with the size, we're gonna say cover. Okay, so we're gonna choose cover for it, so that it's gonna be nice. Okay, so as you can see over here, there is there is this kind of like a gradient color on top of overlay on top of the the whole background itself. So that is exactly what we're going to do. Okay, so we scroll and then we pick this one, background overlay over here. So pick the background overlay, and then we're going to use this gradient color. Okay, so like I said, choose any color that you feel it's okay for you. Okay, so I'm gonna pick this mauve color over here. It's like this color here, and then I'm gonna pick another like light pink or something like that, something like this one over here. Okay, so basically I think this is okay. So you can change the location the way you really want it, how you really want it, okay, depending on you. And then you can also reduce or increase the opacity as in how you want it. Okay, so you can play around it, and then you see the one which suits you, and then you pick it. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it as 0.5 as the opacity. And then the next one that we're gonna do is as you can see, this is a little bit big. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna copy this one, and then before I even use it, I'm gonna come over here and then increase the size a little bit to 500. Okay, so let me say 500. Yeah, 500 is quite okay. Yeah, it's okay. 500 is okay. And then I'll click on this side, or I'll click on this grip icon, 9 dot icon over here, and then it will open this widget panel for me. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag in the heading widget over here. Okay, so I'll drag in the heading widget, and then I'll paste in what I copied, and then I'll position it center. Okay, align it on the center, and then I'll come to the style tab over here, and I'll change the color to white. Okay, and then the typography, like we always do, I'm gonna change it to Montserrat, because that is what we are using throughout the website. So I'm gonna change it to Montserrat. Okay, so why is it not clicking? Hey, yeah, so Montserrat. Okay, Montserrat. Okay, so this is it, and then I'll increase the size, let's say 55, which is okay. You can choose the the width, the transform, everything. I'm gonna leave it as it is, and then I'll come over here also, and then just copy this one, and then we click on this grip icon, and then instead of the heading, we're going to use the text editor over here widget. We drag it over here. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to paste it, this one in it. Now it's almost the same thing. Okay, now as you can see, this one is quite small underneath the about BG over here. So that's exactly what we're going to do, but first let's style it. Okay, so we go to style over here, and then we put it in center, and then we change the color to white. Okay, so let's change the color to white. Why is it not changing? Hey, come. Sometimes there's some kind of glitch over there, but then okay, so now let me update it and then refresh it. Okay, so I'm going to click here again. Okay, and I'm going to pick the style again, and the color is white, but it's still not working. I don't know why it's not working, but let's just keep it as it is, and then we'll check it up later on. And then let's use the Montserrat again as the text. Okay, so as you can see, nothing is happening over here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to over here, and then pick in a different text widget, place it over here, and then let's see if whatever we do, yeah, so it means that this one, I don't know why it's not working, but we can just ignore this one, just ignore this one. Okay, and let's use this one. Okay, so sometimes it happens, I don't know why those kind of glitches and those kind of things happens, but maybe there might be a bug or something. And then I'm going to use Montserrat as in the text here, and then I'm going to play around it and see, let's say 18. Yeah, so let's say 18 is okay, and then the weight is also okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go advanced over here, and I'm going to give left and right margin for it. So I'm going to give, let's say, 220 and then 220. So I think 220 is still not okay, so I'm going to give, let's say, 320, and then this one also 320. So this is also too much, so I'm still going to reduce it. Instead of 220, I'm going to give it 280. Okay, and then the same thing also 280. Yeah, so this is quite okay. This is quite well. And then I can decide to give it a negative top margin of 20. So yeah, so that it will fall underneath the heading over here. So basically we have this one done. We can update it. Okay, now we go to our next session, which is this one over here. So we have a picture, and then we have this words over here. So I'm going to copy this one, and then I'll come over here, and then I'll pick in this 2-column section over here. Okay, and I'll click on this 6 dot over here, and I'll go to advanced, and I'll give it 90 top, 90 down margin. Okay, top and bottom margin 90, and then I'll click over here. Okay, and then I'll drag in a heading widget over here. Okay, and I'm going to use this heading which says about global business, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the color to black. Okay, so after changing the color to black, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the typography also to Montserrat. Okay, so Montserrat. Okay, so remember that we are using Montserrat throughout because we want the website to look almost the same and unique. And then we are going to change the size. If you want to change the size, let's say 25, it's quite okay. So let's look at this one. This one is very big, so we're going to change the size to a bigger one. So let's say 35 or 40. Okay, so 40, and then we reduce the size to what? Yeah, this one. Okay, so I think this one is okay, and then we copy this whole text over here, copy it, and then we come over here, and then underneath this one we click on this grip icon over here, that is the 9 dots over here, and then we drag in a text editor widget over here, and then we paste in what we copied over here. Okay, so this is exactly what we copied. Okay, so as you can see, we have this one over here. Okay, now let's go to the style over here, and then also we can change the color to a little bit black like this, and then with the typography we still change it to the Montserrat. Okay, so just change it to Montserrat, and then change it to, let's say, 18. Yeah, so if 18 is okay for you, it's good because this is 18, so this one should also be 18. Okay, and then over here we're gonna paste a photo over here. Okay, so we drag in a photo widget over here, and then we go over here. Now let's look at the photo that we are going to use. So this photo with 2 people shaking their hands, or where is it? It's not over here. Yeah, this one. Okay, so that is exactly what we're going to use. So this is the 2 photos. Okay, so as you can see, very nice one. Okay, but as you can see, there is a little bit of gap over here. Okay, and that is what we want to create over here. So what we can do is just click on this one, and then click on this edit session over here, and then go to the layout, and then with a content gap, okay, instead of the default you can change it to wide. Okay, so that there will be a little bit gap in it. Okay, and that is it. Now let's come over here, click on this pencil icon on the photo. Okay, just click on it, and then let's go to style over here. Okay, now we're going to give it a hover animation, so click on the hover, and then come to hover animation, and then look for animation called bob. Okay, and then click on it, so that when we hover it, it's going to be something like this. Okay, so now that we have this one done, what we want to do is we want to position the whole thing in the center. Okay, so just click this one too over here, and then the vertical align, make it middle. Okay, yeah, so that it's going to be what in the middle very nicely. So as you can see, this is what nicely done. Okay, yeah, very good. So now that we have this one nicely done, what we're going to do is the next stage, which is these three box icon boxes over here. Okay, so we're gonna do 1, 2 and 3. So the next one that we're gonna do is we're gonna create a different session over here. So we're gonna use this 3 session over here. Okay, now what are we going to do? So what we're going to do is we're going to click on this first session. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to search for box. Okay, and we're going to use this icon box. So drag in the icon box over here. So we have this icon box, and then we're going to copy this one which says our vision. So come over here and paste it here, our vision. Okay, now with the vision we're going to look for an eye. Oh, sorry, we're going to look for an eye over here. So with the eye, we're going to look for, let's say, eye. Okay, so we're going to use this one. Let me see. Yeah, we're going to use this one, and then we insert it over here. Okay, so now that we have this one, we can style it. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to style it. So go to style over here, and then before we even go to style, let's go to content, and then with the view we're going to make it to a stack. Okay, so that there will be some kind of like a round thing around it. And then let's go to style over here, and then with the size, let's lower it a little bit. So 35, 36 will be all right. Okay, so 35 is all right. And then with the primary color, which is the blue, we're gonna make it our color. Okay, so let me see if our color is over here. So we can make it either this color. Okay, yeah, very good. And then as we have it a secondary color too, we can make it to the theme color, which is what, white. Okay, so now we have this one done. Okay, now let's look at this one also. So this one, oh, so we haven't finished styling this one, so we have to go to the content over here, sorry, and then we change the blue to black. Okay, and then we go to typography. Like I said, Montserrat, that is what we are using. So make sure you change all the typography to Montserrat. Okay, very good. And then let's reduce the size a little bit to, let's say, 20. Yeah, 20 is okay. And then we come to the content, okay, or the description. We give it a little bit black, which is okay. And then the typography, we change it to Montserrat also, because we're using Montserrat throughout. And like I said, I keep saying, make sure that your typography is unique throughout, so that it's gonna reflect whatever you are doing. And then the size, we're gonna give it the same 18. Okay, very good. So I think this is okay. Now the next thing that we need to do is we need to give in some space. Okay, so a room to breathe. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to advanced over here, and then we're going to give it a padding of, let's say, 20. Yeah, or let's make it 30. Okay, so pattern of 30 is quite okay. So now that we have this one done, all what we need to do is just copy and paste. Okay, so that we keep the style as it is, but we can, oh sorry, we keep the style as it is, but we can change the content over there. Okay, so after copying and paste, now you can duplicate the session. Okay, so whatever you want to do, you can duplicate the columns. Okay, so whatever you want to do. So now click on the one that you want to change. Okay, now what do we want to change? We want to change our mission and then goals. So this one says what, our mission. Okay, and then with the mission we can search for what's plain, and then we use this one. Okay, as it is. So as you can see, and then you can also change your words over here. And then the next one says what, our goals. Okay, so goals. And then with the goals, what do we have? We have something like a horn or something. Okay, so let's say horn. Yeah, this one, or bull horn. Okay, we use this one. Okay, so basically we are done. Now what you need to do is just click on this grip icon over here, or this edit session over here, go to advanced, and then give it a bottom margin of 90. Already we have a bottom a top this one have a bottom of what, 90, so give it this one also bottom of 90. We're not going to give a top margin because there is a space over here. We want the space to be unique throughout. Okay, so 90 90 throughout. Okay, so now click on update to update it. Now the next one that we're gonna go is what, this our team session over here. So this one also, what we're gonna do is we're gonna click over here, pick a 2-column session over here. Now click on this one. Now with this one we're gonna give it a column, how do you call it, column height of minimum height. Okay, so 400 is okay. Now let's go over here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna give the edit session, we're gonna go to style over here, and then the type, background type, we're gonna choose the theme, this one. Yeah, we're gonna choose this one, this campaign creators over here as a background. Okay, now as you can see, this is how it looks like. Now we're gonna go for position center. We will go for let me see if it is scrolling. Yeah, so we're gonna go for fix. Okay, we're gonna fix it, and then what we're gonna do is no repeat, and then the size should be what, cover. Okay, just like this one, so that it's gonna be something like this. Okay, as we scroll, it is fixed over there. Now as you can see, we're gonna give it what, an overlay. Okay, a background overlay. So we're gonna give it a very dark overlay. So we're gonna give this overlay over here. So let's give it this kind of like a dark overlay. Let's increase this one to, let's say 7. Okay, so or 6. Yeah, so 6 is okay. Now the next one that we're going to do is what, we're going to copy this one, which is our team. Come over here, click on this plus, and then drag in a heading widget over here, and then paste in what, our team over there. Now click on the style, and then we style our team that we pasted over here. Now we're gonna give it a white. Okay, white color. The typography, like we all do, Montserrat. Okay, very good. And then the size you can increase it to 35. Okay, yeah, so or maybe 40, so that it will be unique as in the heading style. Okay, so the theme, this one is correct. So if you want to reduce it, you can reduce this one to 500, which is okay. Now let's come over here, and then what we'll do is what, we copy this one over here. So copy it, and then go to the script icon, come over here, place the text widget over here, and then change the text that you want to change over there. Okay, now go to style, change the color to white. Okay, as you can see, change the typography to Poppins, Montserrat, sorry. Why do I keep saying Poppins? And then the size to, let's say 18. Okay, so that is what, quite okay. And then you can either reduce the width of the size the way you want it. Now I'm gonna go to advanced, and then I'm gonna reduce the margin to -20, top margin to -20. Okay, now over here I'm gonna click on this plus icon over here, or plus sign over here, and I'm gonna drag in an image widget over here. Okay, so this is the image widget. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on it and select or choose the image that I want. So I'm going to choose this image, which is the theme image. Okay, so now that we have this one, so what I want is it's too big for me, and then I want it to also go up a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to style over here. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go, okay, so what you can do is you can copy style and paste it over here. So if you go to your home page over there, the way you did it, you can copy it and then paste to, so that it wouldn't waste much time. Okay, but I'm lazy to go back to the home page again. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to style it the way I want it. Okay, so I'm just going to reduce this one a little bit, make it let's say 70. Okay, 70 is quite okay. And then I'm going to give it a border type of solid. Okay, and then this one I'm going to give it 5, or let's say 8. Okay, and then the color I'm going to give it white. Okay, and then the border radius I'm going to give it 20. Yeah, like this. So as you can see, like this. And then I'm going to give it a box shadow. Okay, because I want a little bit of shadow at the background. Okay, so perfectly like this. I'll increase the opacity a little bit. You can increase the blur too, so that it will be a little bit bright. And then as you can see, it is different from what we have over here, because this is raised up. Okay, so that is exactly what how do we raise it up? So click on this one over here. Okay, and then go to advanced, and then unlink the values over here, and then give it a top of, let's say, 80. Okay, negative 80. So as you can see, this is what a top margin of negative 80. If you want to increase it, you can give it to 120. Okay, and something like this. Okay, so now you have it very nicely done. So what we can do is we can also click on this one, so that we give it to a top margin. Okay, so click on this 6 dots over here, and then go to advanced over here. Okay, now give it a top and down of 90. Okay, so we give it to a top and down margin of 90, and then also give it to a padding. Okay, so unlink these values, and then give it to a padding of, let's say, 90, or the 90 is even too much. Okay, so let me give it, let's say, 50. 52 is too small. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a padding of 120 here. So now that I have this padding of 120, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here. Okay, click over here, and then remove the negative padding, and then click on this column. Okay, go to it advanced, and then increase it. Yes, so this is quite okay. So I'm going to send this one to what, let's say, 120. Okay, so this one goes 120, but it means that this one needs to what, come down a little bit. So this 90, or let me remove it and see what happened. So as you can see, at the moment you remove it, this one goes up. Okay, now we want to give a padding over here too. Okay, we want it to what, we want it to have some space to breathe. Okay, and that is what we want. So let's give it a bottom padding of let's say 90. Okay, now 90 is too much. Let's say 50. Okay, and let's give it a top padding of 20. Okay, so I think this is quite okay. Yeah, this one is quite okay, but there is still what, space over here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to click on this one, and then instead of the bottom padding of 90, we're going to give it a bottom padding of 180. Okay, so that there will still be space over there. Okay, so I think everything is quite okay. We are good to what, we are good to go. Okay, so now we have this one done. Now next one that we're going to do is the next session, which is our client over here. Okay, so we have our client over here. So we're gonna, I'm just going to copy this one. So let me copy this one, come over here. Okay, come over here, and then click on this plus icon, give it a 1 column section over here. Now come to come to this place. Now drag in this heading widget over here, and then paste in what you wrote, position it in the center, or align it in the center, and then just style it the way you want it. So I'm going to style it black, give it a color black, and then change the typography. also. Okay, so now that we have this one done, let me change this one to 500. Now that we have this one done, now next one is just click on this grip icon over here, or this 9 dots over here, and then bring in an inner section. Okay, we're going to bring in an inner section over here, and then with the inner section, what we're going to do is we're going to delete this and then make it with just a one column thing over here. Okay, now the next one that we're going to do is we're going to bring image carousel. So just type in carousel. Okay, and this one will pop up. So just drag in this carousel over here. Okay, and then you have this one. Now what we're going to do is we're going to just select our images that we want to use. Okay, so all the icons that we want to use, we can just select them. Okay, and then create a gallery for it, and then insert it in that gallery, and then we're gonna have something like this. Okay, so now we can make it the way we want it, how we want it, small, whether small or big. So just check the size of it. A slice to show, you can make it let's say 4 slices to show or 5 slices to show, depending on you. So let's say 5. Okay, so I think 4 is okay, and then slice to scroll is also let's make it 5. Okay, so 1 2 3 4 5 is quite okay. And then if you want an arrow, you can make it, but then I don't want any arrow or any dot, so all what I want is just arrows. Okay, no dot. Okay, just so that somebody can just click here to scroll, and then that is it. Now if you want additional settings, you can check all those settings over here, autoplay, hover, all those things. Now let's go to style to style it. So the position, do you want it inside? That is the arrow. Do you want it inside or outside? And then with the size, okay, the size of the arrow, and then the color of the arrow. So I'm going to give it this color over here. So I think this is it. Now let's go to the image. Okay, now with the image, the spacing, we can go for custom spacing. Okay, and then you can reduce it to anyhow that you want it. Okay, depending on you. And then with the border, you can also go for a border, and then you can you can give it a solid border of 1, and then you can choose the color that you want. So let's say you want this kind of color over here, and then if you want a border radius, you can decide to choose, but I'm going to leave it as it is. So now we have our client done. Okay, now all what we can do is click over here and then unlink this values over here, and then give it a bottom padding of 90. Okay, now we have our clients done. This is done. Now the next one that we're going to do is we're going to do what we do. Okay, so what do we do? Let's copy it the same way we used in designing this one. We're going to pick this one session column over here, and then come to this grip icon, drag in a heading with it over here, and then we paste in this one, go to this one. I'm going to copy this one. Okay, copy it and then paste style over here. Okay, so that it's going to be like this. But remember that what do we do is on an image over here. Okay, so we have to put the image underneath. So what we're going to do is we're going to click over here, and then what we're going to do is we're going to change the height to minimum height. Okay, like this, and then we're going to style over here, and then we give it a classic background, and then we choose an image for it. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to choose this image for it, insert the image, make it like this. Now we're going to make it position center. The attachment, we're going to make it scroll, and then the repeat, no repeat, the size is supposed to be cover. Okay, so just like this. Now that we have this one done, we give it an overlay, a background, dark background overlay. So we're gonna give it this background overlay over here. Okay, this one is quite okay. So now we have this one done. All what we need to do is to change the color, this heading color. So just click on this one, or click on the pencil icon over here, and then go to style over here, change the color to what, to white. Okay, so now that you have this one done, we are good to go. So what do we have to do? We have to bring in this widget over here. So what we have to do is what, just click this one over here, and then bring in an inner section like this. Okay, bring in an inner section like this, and then duplicate this inner section, right click over here, just right click and duplicate it. Okay, so it's gonna be what, 3 over here. Okay, so what we're gonna do is let's see this one. We're gonna bring the box that we used in designing this one. Okay, so as you can see, the same thing. Okay, so that is it. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna copy this one, just right click and copy, and I'll come over here and then I'll paste it here. Okay, so now I have this one done. Okay, all what I need to do is to change the colors. Okay, so I'm gonna go to style over here, and then instead of this one as what, as the violet or the pink, I'm gonna make it what, white. Okay, and instead of this one as the white, I'm gonna make it this one. Okay, so that it's gonna be like this. Now let's go to the content over here. Okay, so for the content, instead of the black, I'm gonna make it white. Okay, just like this one, instead of the light black or whatever black, or I'm gonna make it also what, also white. So I think this one is what, also good to go. Now the next one is, all what I need to do is just copy this one, paste it here, paste, and then paste. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to write business coaching, come here, this let's go here, instead of vision we say business coaching. Now you can decide to reduce the size of this one, because it's almost the same as this one. So let's go to style over here and go to content, and then the typography, instead of 18 we can make it 16. Yeah, very good. So 16 is quite okay. So this is what, business coaching. Now let's look at this one. They use this suitcase over here. So I'm gonna go to the content over here, change this one to what, let's say case. Yeah, so you can decide to write what, any case. So suit file, just search anything related to business case coaching. Okay, so let me just use this one as what, the business thing. Okay, so let's say this one over here, and then I'm gonna copy this one, copy it, and then I'm gonna come here and then paste style, come here, paste style. Okay, so with this one I'm gonna come over here. This one says what, digital marketing, and then financial management. Okay, so this is digital marketing and this is financial management. So for those of you who are into financial management, you can use this website for your business. Okay, so just changing the the logos, just like I did with this one. So digital marketing, you can use any graph, or you can use any computer, any computer or laptop or whatever it is. So something like this. Okay, you can use it as digital marketing. And then financial management, you can also use any graph icon or something like that. But yeah, anything that is related to, or you can even use money. Okay, so it depends on you what you want to use. Okay, so to manage your finances. So That is it. So basically we are good to go. Now what we need to do is just click over here, give it a room to breathe. Okay, so just click over here and then go to unlink this padding. Okay, and go and then give it top padding of, let's say, 50, bottom padding of 50. Okay, so that they will have room to breathe. Okay, you can decide to even give it to 60. Okay, so basically that is it. So we are good to go. Okay, we are good to go. Now the last one that we're going to do is this hero session over here. Now with the hero session, let me update this one. Okay, and then I'm going to go to here, go to view, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy our hero session. So this is our about page. So as you can see, everything is good to go. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the home. Okay, and then I'm going to copy our hero session from the home, not the hero session rather, but the call to action. Okay, call to action, sorry. I'm going to copy the call to action from the home and then bring it to where we are designing it. Okay, I don't want to redesign it again. I feel lazy to redesign it, so I'm going to go straight down. Oh, okay, so even with this one I did not design it. So what I'm going to do is let me click on here and use this one. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this one, just copy this one, come here, okay, and then just paste it here. Now that I have this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this column. So I'm going to delete this column, position this one in the center, position this one also in the center. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to click here and then remove the this one from here, and then give it instead of the classic, I'm going to give it the gradient overlay. Now I'm going to choose our colors. Okay, so with this one I'm going to choose these colors. Okay, and I'm going to go to this overlay over here, and I'm going to delete the overlay. So this is how we're going to make it, we're going to get, but we can decide to turn it round. Okay, so instead of this one up, I'm going to go this way, and then over here I'm going to go that way. Okay, so with this way I'm going to have something like this. I'm going to update it. Okay, so now we have it updated. Now guys, if you want to make it mobile friendly, it's very simple. Just click on this responsive icon over here, and then just click over here to see how it looks on mobile. So as you can see, this one doesn't look well on mobile, so you change it to this one. Okay, so this is tablet mode, so you can change it the way you want it. Okay, so with this one I'm going to unlink it, and then I'm going to give it to 90, just like this one. Okay, and it's okay. Okay, so with this one also you can decide to reduce the sizes. Okay, so instead of the 40 you can make it to 30. Okay, and then yeah, I think that is all. So you can even decide to reposition it the way you want it. So if everything is good, okay, with this one also you can give it to a little bit of spacing. Okay, so you go to this side, and then you give it a little bit of left margin of, let's say, 20. Okay, so that there'll be space over here. And then with this one, as you can see, it's still not in good shape. Okay, so we can reduce, click over here to reduce the bottom margin. Okay, yeah, and then we can click over here to increase, unlink this one, and then increase it to, let's say, 180. Yeah, that is if you still want it to go up. Okay, so basically that is it. So now that we have this one done, everything is sorted. Now we can go to mobile side. Okay, so with the mobile side also, make sure that everything is perfectly done. Now as you can see, it looks very, very dirty over here. So reduce the size of this one, just reduce it. Go to style, reduce the size to, let's say, this one. Go over here, okay, and go to style, reduce the size to, let's say, 15. Okay, now click here, go to advanced, unlink this one, and you're good to go. Now we want to edit the session over, but as you can see, we cannot click on this blue icon over here, so we're going to use the navigator. Okay, click on the session over here, because that is what we want to do. And then what we're going to do is we're going to reduce the the height a little bit. So this is I think quite okay for us. And then we come over here. Okay, so with this one, if you want to reduce the size, you can also do it the same way. Just adjust it the way it's supposed to be. Okay, make it nicely done. Okay, see, this one is quite a mess. Okay, so go over here and then click this one. Okay, make sure that it is very, very nicely done. You can click over here and even go to style, and then adjust the height the way you really want it. Okay, on mobile. So this is quite okay. And then go over here, and then you can increase the height, the top padding, like let's say 40. Okay, and then the bottom padding also 40. Yeah, very good. So this is quite okay. Now if you like, you can even interchange it on the other side. You make this one comes on top and then this one comes down. Okay, it depends on what you want. Now this is what our client also, so this is how it looks like. Okay, so if you go over here and you go to content, okay, so slice to show on mobile, you can choose either 1 or 2, depends on you. So as you can see over here, slice to scroll is also, you can choose 1 or 2, so it makes it very, very nice. Okay, so and over here also you can adjust it the way you want it. So as you can see, everything looks perfectly well. We can update it, and then our about page is done. Now let's take a look at it on the front side, and this is how our about page looks like. Okay guys, everything is perfectly done. Now the next one that we're going to do is the services page. So click on this one, click on the services side, and this is how we get. Now we're gonna, the same way we designed the about page, we're gonna go to edit session, or edit page, sorry. Now let's look at the services page over here that we're going to design, and let's see how it's okay. So this is our services page. This is exactly what we're going to design. Okay, so go to services and then click on edit with Elementor. Okay, just click on edit with Elementor to edit the page. Okay, so now that we have this one done, now over here what do we have? We have this hero session over here. So the same way, I'm gonna go back to view the page, leave. Okay, and then I'm gonna go to about, and then there are some things we will copy. So I'm gonna go to edit with Elementor, because with the services the same thing, just like the about. Okay, so we're gonna copy some of the things. So I'm gonna go to the about. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I cannot really click on this thing, so I'm going to click on the navigator over here, and then I'll right click on the session over here, and I'll say copy. Okay, this first session, and then I'll come to the services over here, click over here, I'll right click over here, and I'll say paste. So as you can see, that is it. And what I would do is I'll just change this one to our services. Okay, and then you write anything that you want to write over here. Now the next one is these few things over here. So as you can see, we have business coaching. Okay, so to be able to do that, where we go to the services where we are designing it, and then click on this one, and then we're going to choose two column section over here. Now go to it advanced side, give it a top and down bottom of top and bottom padding margin of 90/90, and then we're going to put an image over here. Okay, so what image do we have over here? This cute image with group people discussing things over here. So that is what we're going to do. So we bring this image over here, and then we click on it. Now let's look for the image, this one over here, and then we insert it over here. Okay, so that's exactly what we want, this one. Now we want it to we want a hover animation for it, so we click on the style and we go to hover, and then we choose the animation that we want. So let's say Bob, and then we'll get that hover animation. Okay, so now let's click on this grip icon over here, and then bring in this heading over here. Now if you look at this heading that we see over here, it's different from this heading that we've dragged in, so we're going to delete this one. It's not what we want. Okay, so what we want is a divider. Okay, so we want a divider, so just bring a divider over here. Now Elementor have this feature that you can bring a divider over here and then use it to write with a text. Okay, so you can have a text and a line at the same time, and as you can see, add element over here, we can use this text thing, and then we have it over here. Okay, now we can align it the way we want it, depending on how we want it. Okay, so we have the business coaching over here, and then the style, you can choose any style tool that you want. Okay, so this is how it looks like, but that is not what we want. Okay, so you can let's go to the text over here. You can position the text left, okay, like this. Okay, and then we will make the text darker. We'll change the typography to Montserrat, the typography that we are using. Okay, so let's choose the typography to be Montserrat. So Montserrat, and then increase the typography to, let's say, 35. Okay, so this is business coaching. And then with the divider color, we're going to choose our color that we are dealing with, so this color. Okay, and then the divider width, we can increase it to, let's say, 2, so that it will be a little bit bigger. Okay, a little bit, it will have a little bit weight. So I think this is quite okay, and that is it. Now the next one that we're going to do is we're going to insert this text. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to copy this one, and then we'll come to our services side, and then we drag in widget text. Okay, so just like this one over here. Okay, or we can go to our about us page, and then we can copy this text over here, so that it wouldn't we wouldn't waste much time. Okay, and then just paste it below it. So as you can see, we have the text pasted. Now what we want to do is just click on this grep icon over here, and then go to layout, and then with the vertical alignment, make it middle. Okay, so we're gonna have something like this. Okay, now with this one, there is more space over here, so we're gonna take out this space. So we go to margin, unlink the paddings, and then give it a negative top margin of 20. Okay, so that the space will go away. Now that we have this one done, okay, now as you can see, our services, we have this one done. Okay, very good. So our next one that we're going to do is we're going to copy this we're going to copy this one, okay, and then paste it over here. Okay, and then also we copy this text over here, copy it over here, and then paste it over here. Okay, so as you can see, we have something similar like the one that we have over here. Okay, very nice one. And then we do it the same way. Okay, we paste the text we paste the text over here, and then we copy this one, then paste the image 2 over here. Okay, just like this one. So we do it the same way. So with this one also, we copy this one, okay, and come over here, paste this one over here, okay, and then come over here, let's come over here, and then paste this one too over here. Okay, so it's gonna be something like this. So if you have so many services, you can list them the way you want it. So all what you need to do is just change what some of the things that you want to change. So with this one, instead of business coaching, we say digital marketing. So we copy it, and then we can just type in digital marketing over here. And then with this one also, we can come over here, okay, click on this one and then change it to digital marketing. Okay, so anything relating to digital marketing that you have, you can change it over. The same way applies to this one. Okay, so if you are done with it, make sure that you give a bottom padding, so that whenever you update it and then you want to check it, there will be a padding over here. So basically, this is our services. Okay, now you can also give it some animation that you want, depending on you. Okay, so if you want to give, let's say, this animation or this photo and this animation, just click over here, go to advanced, and then the motion effect over here. You can give it any motion effect that you want. So maybe fading right. Okay, so we come this way. The same way also with this one, you go to motion effect, and then you also say fading right. Okay, so it also comes. So that is basically how you can design your services page nicely. Okay, so now that we have this one done, you can also click on this responsive, and then check it on the tablet view, and then the mobile also view. Okay, so depending on how you want it, and then you can fix it how it's supposed to be it's supposed to be fixed. Make sure that you fix it well, so that it's going to be genuine and nicely done. Okay, professionally done. And that is it. So we are done with our services page. Okay, so we can check it on the front end. Now the next one that we are going to do is our contact us page. Okay, so we're going to do our contact us page also. So with the contact us, let's click on this one. So this is our contact us page. Okay, so we're going to click on edit. Now before we create our contact us, we have to create our contact. Okay, our contact form. Okay, because if you look at this one over here, if you click on the contact us, it's having a form over here. Okay, so as you can see, we have a form over here, and then we also have this contact details and other stuff. Okay, so what we're going to do is we will have to click over here and go to we installed WP contact us from 7. Okay, so contact from 7. So we make sure that you have the contact from 7 installed, and then click on add new. Now we're going to give a title for it, so we say contact us. Okay, now with this one, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make sure that I position it the same way. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to position it the same way. Now I don't want any subject for it, so I'm just going to position it the same way, just like this one. Okay, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. Yeah, very good. This one, just like this one. Okay, so now that I have this one done, what I need to do is just make sure that your messages are set. Your additional settings that you want it to do is also set. The mail too, you also make sure that you insert your your email address and other stuff over there. And then all what we need to do is to make sure that we click on what, save, to save it. Okay, so after saving it, okay, so let's go to the contact forms, and then we're gonna get this thing over here. So this is what the short code. So copy the short code. Okay, now go to your contact over here and then click on edit with Elementor. Okay, make sure that you click on edit with Elementor, because we're going to use Elementor to edit or to design our page for us. So this is how it looks like, but basically we have to click on these settings, because you have to change this one to what, the page layout to what, Elementor full width. Okay, so make sure that you have Elementor full width done over here. Okay, so now that we have Elementor full width done, now as you can see, we cannot see all our things because of the transparent header that we have. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to, as we came over here, we're going to copy this thing again. So we're going to come to navigator over here, and then to display the navigator, and then we copy the session. Okay, so just copy this session, because we want the session to be here. Okay, to be on the and then we paste it over, and then we change this one to contact us. Okay, and then we can just delete this one to make sure that this is only what displaying contact us. And then we can even reduce this one a little bit to, let's say, 280. Yeah, very good. So now that we have this one set, we can go ahead and then let me say 300, so that will be fair. Okay, so now that we have this one set, we can go ahead and then use it to design our contact form. So now let's go over here. We're going to use 2 column. Okay, and then click over here, and then what we're going to do is we're going to give it margin. Okay, top and bottom margin. So 90 is okay, because 90 is what we've been using throughout. And then we will click this one, because we're going to use this place to showcase our form. And then we're going to search for short code. So make sure you search for short code, and then paste in this short code over here, and then paste the short code that you have. Right, so this is our short code that we're going to use. Okay, this one over here, this right here over here. And then what we will do is we will just make sure that we give a padding and a margin for it. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to give a padding. So let's give an all-round padding of 50. Okay, and then let's give an all-round margin also of 50. Okay, so that is going to be something similar like this, just like this one over here. Okay, now of course, if you want to give it border, you can give it a very nice border. Okay, so let's say a solid border just like this one will be nice for it. So let me say a solid border of 2. Okay, will be nice. And then the color that you want to give it, you can also give it. Okay, so let's say you want to give a color, let's say you want to give this color. Okay, yeah, so that it will represent your brand. Okay, now don't worry about this one. At the moment we change the global color, this one will also change. Okay, so now that we have this one set, now we need to design this one and then this one. Okay, so what we're going to do is let's go here. Okay, so what I will do is I'll just close this one, copy this one over here. Okay, copy this one, and then come over here and then paste it here. So I'm going to paste it here, and then I'm just going to paste in about contact us over here. And then the same way I'm going to come over here, copy this one too. Now guys, I'm copying it because I have already designed it, and then I want the same kind of style. Okay, that is why I'm copying it. And then I can I can delete what I want to delete. So let's say I want to delete this one. Okay, so this one, and then the next one that I would do is I'll look for map. So it could be Google Map, okay, just this map over here, and then you can place in your address over here, and then it will showcase over here, okay. And then I'm going to place the last one that I'm going to place is I'll click on this script icon over here, and I'll click on social icons, social. So I'm going to bring these social icons over here, okay. So as you can see, these are the social icons. I'll position it this place, and then I can even bring in I can copy this one, and then paste it underneath. Let me see, paste it underneath. Yeah, so paste and then write follow us, okay. So let's say write follow us, okay. And then with the social icons, I can just edit it with my colors, okay. So make sure that you have all the links set up for your social icons, okay. And then you can check out the shapes anyhow you want it. If you want a circle, you can make it to a circle. If you want a square, you can make it to a square. So let's say I want a circle, okay, and then I go to the style, and then the icons, I don't want official icons, I want a custom color. So with a primary color, I can decide to use this color for the primary, and then with a secondary color, I can decide to use this white for it, okay. So basically that is it. So now that I have this one, so you can also go for icon hover, okay. So when somebody hover on it, how would it show? Okay, so with the primary color, I can decide to use this one for it. With the secondary color, I will also still use white, okay. So when somebody hover, it's going to show something like this, okay. So basically that is it. So the next one done is for me to click on this one. After clicking on this one, I will go to where are you? I'll click on layout over here. Now I'll position it towards middle, vertical alignment, okay. I'll make sure that it is in the middle, okay. So now that I have this one set, you see my contact page is set and ready to go, okay. So now I think everything is set. I can just click on update. You can check out on its responsive mode in the mobile and tablet side. You can adjust it the way you want it, okay. So if let's say on the tablet you want here to be 100%, okay, and then you go to this side and then you give it to a padding, right padding of 20, left padding of 20, okay. So maybe just like this one, right padding of 40, okay. Yeah, just like this one, okay. And then over here also you can make it the same way, 100. Yeah, so as you can see, everything is perfectly done, okay. So you can publish it. Now this will only show on tablet. Now if you go to mobile also, this is how it looks like, okay. You can adjust this one a little bit, and then instead of margin of 50, you can give it a margin of 20, okay. Yeah, and then instead of padding of 50, you can also give it a padding of 20. So basically this is how it looks like, okay. So I think everything is good to go, and then you are done, okay. So you can click on update to update it, and then you can view it on on the front end. So this is how it looks like on the front end. Everything is good to go. So basically we have already designed our website in full, okay. So we have the contact us, we have the services page fully done, okay, fully done. We have the about us page also fully designed and done, perfectly done. Everything is correct. And then we have the home page also fully done. Okay, so guys, that is basically all what you need to do to be able to design this beautiful 4-page website. You can use this one for all businesses, for any business that you want to showcase it online. You can use it to any, whether web design agency, whether digital marketing, whether investment thing, whereby you want people to come and then see what you do, whether any business apart from maybe e-commerce or a blog or whatever it is, but any business that you want to showcase, you can showcase using this 4-page. Now if you want the full template, I have the link in the description. You can go ahead and then check it, and then if you want it, you can download it. If you also want to hire me for me to design it for you, or any other website for you, you can contact me, and then I'll be able to help you out. And then also, I just want to use this medium to say thank you to all my 1,000 subscribers. Okay, you have been with me from the start, and then I'll say thank you very much. Thank you so much for everything, that for how far that we've come. Okay, thank you so much. I hope we are all going to stick together to learn together, okay, so that we become a bigger a community. So if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please make sure you subscribe and join this beautiful family together. Thank you, and then see you in the next video. My next video is on the cryptocurrency website. I want to see if I get 50 likes on that video, on that intro video. I'm going to drop that video. So make sure that you have liked that video, and then you have also shared it to somebody, for the person to also to like it. So thank you, and then see you in the next video. Bye bye.